What's up, everybody? You are now watching Tear Talk, where we discuss the best in music. Today, we are discussing Kendrick Lamar albums from best to worst. You already know Jay Brooks comes with the facts, and I come with the truth. So let's get lit.
Let's hop into it. Let's go.
So the first album we want to talk about is Good Kid, Mad City. This album has some hits, Jay Brooks.
It does.
What you thinking? Where would you put it?
I'm going to put Good Kid, Mad City in tier 3. Originally, I had it in tier 1. It's a solidified classic. However, I think it pictures Kendrick exactly where he was over the years, like getting ready for this project. Swimming Pools, Poetic Justice, the song I Hope You Sing For Me, I'm Dying. That's like for my people who like their deep cuts. But it's definitely a classic album. Pretty good damn introduction, I would say, in my opinion. But in his body of work, it's definitely going to go in tier 3 for me.
In tier 3?
That's what I said. Yeah, I stand by that.
Oh, no. I can always count on you to... This album was crazy. It had some of his biggest hits.
It did.
And, okay. You have spoken.
You tell me. So, is tier 3 too low?
I definitely would put this in the first tier. It was a really good album. It's
a classic. It is definitely a classic. There's a reason why it's still in, on the Billboard 200. But I feel that he's produced stronger bodies. I think what it represents for him is major. But I think he's one of those artists who's gotten better over time.
That's fair. Okay, so we have his Damn album. Speaking of great albums, I definitely think this one goes high. What do you think?
It's going in tier 2 for me. You're absolutely right. We agree there. It's pretty high. I think sonically, this is probably his best album. From Humble, from Love to You, even God, Duckworth. Like, this one has a bunch of bangers, and I think it was refreshing for people because it didn't have the same artistic value to me that To Pimp a Butterfly did. But I think most of the records on this album sonically was his best.
Yeah, I jammed to this album. So I personally would have put it in the top right next to Good Kid. Yeah. All right. So
I can feel that.
So now we have Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. I'm excited to see what you say about this album because I think that Kendrick really did his thing with this one. What you think?
I think that this Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers definitely shows again how he continues to evolve as an artist. I think that Kendrick is one of the few artists who actually know how to compile an album in today's musical climate, and this was no different. It showed him as an adult, a family man. He had to really kind of go back and deal with some of those family issues. So, like records like Purple Hearts or Count Me Out, those type of records. The Heart Part 5, obviously. Sonically was great as well, and I think lyrically he was a hound. But I would place this right in tier 4 under Good Kid, Mad City.
Is this real life right now?
This is definitely real life. I think it's 2023. We're in the second month of the year, and I will put it in tier 4.
Jared, there's no freaking way. I will let the people eat you up in the comments. For putting that right there. I cannot believe
the people are already going to eat me up for putting Good Kid, Mad City in tier 3.
Yeah, like the albums that are presented right now are all top tier. But, okay, on to the next, because like I say, I'm going to let them eat you up, but that was his greatest album. Swear.
I'm always here. The comments are open.
You hilarious, man. Okay, so next we got Untitled, Unmastered. Another Kendrick Lamar great. How you feeling about that one?
For Untitled, it was definitely a vibe. It felt like a part 2 or like cuts that didn't make To Pimp a Butterfly. So I would definitely place this in our last tier category, like tier 5, where we on the bottom. Yep, let's put him down there. I love hearing CeeLo on the record again, but for this one got lost in translation for me. I think I was too deep in Kendrick at the time. And even going back to it, I would stand that it more than likely deserves to be where it is. I hope you would agree with me there. No?
I kind of do.
Okay.
Right? So as an artist, though, I really respect the whole untitled, unmastered thing. I thought that it was really creative. And Kendrick is gonna Kendrick, so like you can't say that the songs are trash, you know?
Oh no, absolutely not.
Yeah, but I could, you know, it's hard to put Kendrick at anywhere bad for me. So, you know, yeah, I do agree that it goes low though.
I mean, Kendrick's worst is someone's best, so.
Okay, and that is for real. Okay, so next one we got Section 80. Is it 80?
80? Yeah, Section 80.
That's so cute. That's a cute title. Yeah. What you think about that one?
It was my introduction to Kendrick. Section 80 is definitely, I think, gives that LA vibe. I think Section 80 and Good Kid, Mad City are perfectly meshed together. Like ADHD is my favorite record on Section 80. To kind of get to see Kendrick at a time come into a place where I was really nervous for the state of hip hop, and he really revived that whole Top Dog label at the time. I mean, J-Rock, Absol, the whole nine. With this record in particularly, he's made a lot of leaps and bounds, and so when I rank his best and worst, for me, this would go at the bottom tier next to Untitled. But
okay, because you started to scare me. I got scared, okay? I really thought you were going to put it at the top. And
there are some diehards that think it may need to go there. But
no.
It's right where it belongs.
You did your big one with that one. Okay, so the infamous To Pimp a Butterfly, okay? This is ultimate infamous, like this is intro to Kendrick for me. How do you feel about To Pimp a Butterfly? I have to know.
This is one of the greatest albums of this century, hands down. I would probably say top 5 over the past 50 years. That's how far I'm willing to go for To Pimp a Butterfly. I was caught left field when this album dropped in comparison to Good Kid, Mad City, because of the cultural context as well. You know, there was so much going on in the world. I mean, we had Black Lives Matter was deep, and so for the movement to come across all right and really adapt to it. But the musical composition of this album alone is what makes it so great. I mean, the jazz roots, the soul, the disco, the funk roots in it, and it was a hip hop album. It was really immersed in our culture, and I think that was prevalent as I felt during the time our culture was under attack. But lyrically, sonically, to me, he just wasn't a rapper. He wasn't just an MC. I feel like he was a poet and a visionary at this time, like institutionalized these walls. Like, these are records that to me are timeless. And I feel like any of his albums, particularly To Pimp a Butterfly, could still come out today and have the same impact that it had back then versus now. So that is my top Kendrick Lamar album, and I am willing to defend that forever. Like, it's 10 times better than Good Kid, Mad City, but I understand. But
why do we have to even compare it? Let them just be great albums, because I definitely, honestly, I would have put To Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, and Good Kid, Mad City. And I don't know. Yeah. We are so different, but it works because we are. Because I cannot believe where Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is sitting. It was so good.
Where would it go?
Top tier for sure.
Next.
But I felt like it was so groundbreaking. The song, I don't know the title of it, but I don't know. He has a song where he's like, my auntie is a man now. And I feel like...
It's like Auntie Diaries or something, I think.
Something like that. I just think for where culture is and where it's headed, to say some of the things he said in this album, it was just so deep and it hit home. And yeah, I think it was really good. I think that's the only one that I can say. I think that should have been right next to Pimp a Butterfly.
Mr. Morale is is beautiful from top down. I think that if Kendrick had not done albums like To Pimp a Butterfly, even Damn, like what was so cool about Damn was that Kendrick really was like, okay, I've reached this point in my life where I have all the success. How do I balance being that kid from Compton to now being this big rap star? And then Damn, the world is just as effed up no matter where I am in life. It's the same issues that were conflicting him. But in order for him to get to a place to do an album like Mr. Morale, we had to have the other albums. And I do think that his work gets better and better. I just think in the overall quality from a production standpoint, you know, To Pimp is like the one.
I mean, you know, I will let the people comment and talk about how they feel about this tier for sure. I disagree with a few, but I agree with a lot of them too.
I think real Kendrick fans would feel me on To Pimp a Butterfly.
I do.
King Kunta, like, you know.
I was gonna say, you ready to do our speed questioning?
Are you ready for me to lay some on you? Like, you know, we just had the Grammy STEEZO. It was a pretty diverse realm of winners. And so I want to pick your thoughts now that we got to, you know, the slate is clean. So I want to, you know, ask you a couple of things.
Let's do it. Come on, I'm ready for you.
Bet. Are you ready for your first question?
Hit me with it.
All right, let's go. So, should we get new music from the baby this year? Is he off of punishment?
I think he should be. Like, even speaking on behalf of the community, I think that we should let him drop an album and uncancel him. I think that he learned his lesson. I hope that he did a lot of like sitting with himself, and I hope that it would come out in the album.
Okay, sure. I feel like if he drops an album, it'll sound just like his Kirk album and the first album. It would need to be something totally different, but reminiscent of him to make me appreciate it.
I think he could do it. He's a really good rapper.
That's yet to be, you know, determined, I feel. But we'll see. Like I said, I like to see growth, but I like to see you in your music still. And I felt like for him to drop those last two albums back to back, I don't know what a third album would sound like, but maybe it'll be different now that he's been, you know, hit with some harsh realities. All right? All right.
Pain makes the best albums.
Only time will tell us. Should Will Smith dust off the mic and put the acting chops away and drop us with an album?
Not at all.
I agree. I think that settles that. Much respect to Will, but you can keep the album. Absolutely.
Love him.
All right.
No.
Is this the year Cardi B? Is she finally making a comeback?
Where did she go?
I mean, we've been waiting for the second album for a minute. I mean, I'm sitting here looking like, what you at?
But she hit us with some good singles. You know, it's a singles world.
It is.
She could keep dropping singles and win, but everybody's looking for another Cardi album. Like, give it to us, sis.
Exactly. I think this is time to think it's time to put like those naysayers to bed. So if there's a machine behind you, let it be. But drop an album and let the people decide.
Yeah, agreed.
Are you missing Ye?
I love me some Ye.
So I think you'll take a new album from him, right?
Every time, any day, all the time. And his gospel albums are amazing. His rap albums are amazing. And I would like to hear, you know, some Kanye after everything that's gone on with Adidas and all his rants and stuff that have gone on recently. Like, I would really like to hear what he had to say. I feel like he would be like really cocky and like, you know, dusting his shoulder off. Like, I feel like we would get some really big ego Kanye, and I love big ego Kanye.
Well, I mean, Kanye getting vindication would probably only add to more. So I guess you would get that. I mean, time will tell if he's vindicated, but I don't know. I think he needs a longer break.
I don't want to wait.
So there's a lot of needs going on. Do you feel that we need new music from 50 Cent?
He can stick to power. Like, he's TV. Please.
Bet. I'll take it.
I love his voice and his sound, but I don't want to hear it.
I mean, Get Rich or Die Trying is a classic.
And it always will be, but I'm fine. Like, I think he's good where he is.
All right. Should Khaled drop an album after losing to Kendrick?
Of course. I mean, yeah. Losing to Kendrick is like losing to Kendrick, but Khaled is Khaled. And God did. You know what I'm saying? I think Khaled brings together some of the best collabs ever. And I think that what Khaled has done like for the culture is bananas. You know, he goes everywhere from Justin Bieber to SZA to Future to Beyonce and Jay-Z to Wayne to Migos. Like, he really takes music seriously, and I think that you will always get gems when Khaled makes an album. So yes, 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 yes. Immediately yes.
Okay. Well, we want to We the Best Part 5. You got it coming right up.
Come on, serving on the platter.
Should Lil Wayne drop some new music this year?
It's like yes and no at the same time, because like I miss old Wayne. Lil Wayne hasn't dropped an album recently that I care for, and I just.
What's different?
I want Carter 3
What's
Wayne.
different?
I guess maybe because he's not with Baby. I don't know. Like, something just changed. Like, he doesn't have the, you know, like Wayne would come with punchlines that knocked your head off.
He still does. Wayne is crazy.
You put Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers in the 4th tier. You cannot be trusted.
I'm sorry. Like, did we not hear Wayne's verse on
Seeing
Green?
album.
I felt like that verse was killer. Even his verse on God Did was killer. Now,
God Did was killer. But album, we talking album, not song.
Carter 5 was a sleeper.
Album.
I'll give you that. I slept.
You feel me?
I do.
But yes, he should make it.
I do.
But because we'll always be looking out for it, no matter what.
Facts. To be like, you scored 0 out of 7.
All right, well, Jay Brooks, we did our thing as
always a pleasure, STEEZO.
Man, this is the best thing. It's like the best part of my week. I love when we get to tear talk, chop it up about the best.
The best of the best, man. GOATs only.
Come on.
I
still think it's crazy that you put Mr. Morale down there, but I love you, and I will still do this with you, even though you crazy. You crazy, son.
I can't help it. I'm just factual. But like I said, the comments are open. You know, maybe you may have a change of heart. Maybe you may be on the Pimp a Butterfly wave.
Is what it is. I do like that album though. But anywho, we gonna get out of here. We gonna wrap.
Peace.
Please like, comment, share. We thank you so much for joining us on Tear Talk. We'll talk to you next time.